Hi Capricorn, welcome. So Capricorn, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love portion of the reading. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's go ahead and get into this. Also, I'm time stamping this September because that's when I'm recording it, but this is a timeless reading. That means whenever you find it, that's when you're meant to hear it. So, wow, okay, I wouldn't normally keep all of these cards, but I can't help but to notice that your card came out on the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. So, you have Capricorn energy here, the card of revolution, the card of allowing, the card of the sun, the conjunction, and the third house. Gemini, Leo energy, Scorpio energy here as well. That could be in your chart or the chart of someone you're, I almost said competing with. Weird, but I meant connecting with. And or it's just the overall influencing vibes here. So it seems like you've got a lot going on. And it's not necessarily negative either. It's just busy energy to me, right? So this is talking about, brainstorming, originality, insights, okay? Experimenting with new things. This is about encouraging yourself to see the potential in whatever you have that's coming to fruition during this time period. To listen to your heart, Capricorn, and to bring that heart into what it is that you're doing. And to empower yourself, okay? It's also highlighting your social network, social media, your surroundings. This is a very communicative energy as well, Capricorn. Hold on a second, I have to sneeze. And it's gone. Weird. Okay. So yes, let's get into it. I'm going to pull some Osho Zen cards. And all of a sudden I feel like I have to sneeze. I keep feeling like I have to sneeze and then I'm not sneezing. Like, what is up with that? I sneeze a lot when I meditate, which sounds weird, but I can actually feel the energy shift in my body when I meditate. And I don't know why I'm telling you that. Maybe you also need to meditate. Maybe you're having allergy problems. Who knows? Maybe it's just me. Anyways, you have the card here of patience, Capricorn. What else? And then you also have the card of guilt and nothingness. So I feel like there's an encouragement here to be patient with yourself, Capricorn, with whatever you have going on, and to, again, see the potential here to empower yourself. And if you're having difficulty doing that, it's almost always in the mind where the disempowerment begins. So ask yourself, what thoughts am I thinking that don't align with what I want to manifest for myself? How can I soften my focus? How can I change my perception a little bit to allow the energy to flow a little bit easier to me? There's a need for allowance here, and some of you need to allow yourself to let yourself off the hook, not hold yourself to such a high standard. I'm not saying don't have standards, please, but I'm saying, like, don't beat yourself up over them. You know what I mean? Like, Capricorns, you guys are some of the hardest on yourselves of the zodiac sign. I would say Virgo, it definitely can be hard on themselves. Scorpio too, but Capricorn, you as well. Like, I feel you're a very dutiful, like, discerning sign, and especially when it comes to, like, your work ethics or, the standards you hold for yourself, just like in general. I'm getting the word ethics. It's like, it's good to have those things. Just don't beat yourself over the head with it. You know what I mean? Like, if something's feeling difficult to you, or it's not bringing you joy anymore, and it's not bringing you passion anymore, it's all right to move away from that, or, at least put some space so that you can get a different perspective about it, if nothing else. Because it's not always that we need a change of scenery in order to feel better. Sometimes it's just a change of thought. but it just kind of depends on the circumstance. So that's kind of the messages I'm feeling coming through. And let's go a bit further into it and look at what else we have. I have this song stuck in my head. I don't think it may or may not relate to you. I think it's just been stuck in my head all day. But it's like an older, was it 80s, 90s? All night long, all night. All night long. Weird. Anyways, take it or leave it. You may randomly hear that song. I'm not sure what the significance of any it is. But you got some night owls maybe, or something that you got going on in the nighttime here. Okay, the Empress. So that's another card about being patient with yourself, taking good care of your physical well-being, yes, but your mental well-being most importantly. You have the Empress, the Seven of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess. So there's just like this message here about loosening up a little bit, okay? Again, I felt that earlier, right? It seems that you're holding on to some things that you would be better off maybe letting go, Capricorn. Listen to your intuition during this time frame. I feel some defensiveness showing up and a lot of mood fluctuations here. Some of you feel left out. On the flip side of that, some of you may be making someone feel left out. So take it as it resonates. Hold on a second. I'm getting phrases like, I don't have time for this. I'll do it on my own. Very independent energy coming from you, Capricorn. And it's like, it's great that you have a sense of autonomy, but it also could make others or one specific person feel left out. And you may not even be intentionally doing that. Or flip it. It could be that somebody is doing that to you, whether intentional or not, and you're feeling left out, or both, because we often project and mirror in relationships. So it could very well be both. But let's go further and see what this is. Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups, what else? The Judgment card, Three of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So, Capricorn, going a bit deeper here, it seems like emotionally, there's this very supportive energy, you know, wanting to get along with others, work well with others, and there's also a possibility for like new connections during this time frame. But at the same time, there is this very autonomous, independent streak coming through, where it's like you're working, you know, or dealing with other people maybe, and it's fine, but it's also like some of you feel like you could do it better yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to have help or whatever, but it's almost like, let me take this into my own hands, you know, and nothing wrong with that unless it's stressing you out, unless you're, you know, not able to handle it, okay? Some of you definitely have some stressors going on and maybe a decision that you need to make. And this could be in regards to work or relationships or both. But I feel like you really want to see things come together, not just like in your practical life, but in your emotional life as well. And the thing is that they're both tied to each other, right? So it's almost like you got to get right with yourself, and then the right things will fall into place, right? What else? Very specific message as well. Some of you are stressing, you know, or maybe overthinking, if nothing else. If you're willing or going to maybe like forgive somebody or accept an apology, or vice versa. You have the card of guilt here, and this is often a very apologetic energy, right? So, and they're also giving me the song, Is It Too Late to Apologize? So there's something about that as well here. Some of you, what? Some of you don't want an apology or whatever. You want revenge. Hold on a second. You know, when someone is like not very understanding, or, you know, maybe loving towards you, and then life has this funny way, right, of turning the tables, where then they are the ones maybe going through something and you have the opportunity to be there, but because the way they treated you, it's more like, yeah, I don't really feel inspired to understand or love you because you weren't there for me. That's what it feels like to me. Now, what side of that you're on, I don't know. You know, take it if it resonates, but that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. Like, you know, it's kind of like matching energy, and that's, you know, that's pretty common, right? But doesn't really solve anything, you know. And I just put a quote on my Facebook about this, about matching energies is why everyone is so miserable these days. Because if nobody ever holds themselves to a higher standard of being the bigger person, nothing really gets solved. Oh, that's what it is. But see, now you usually do try to be the bigger person in that situation, I feel. And maybe that's what that message was about at the beginning of the reading, where it's just like, not my job anymore. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you are tired of being the bigger person all of the time. And so it makes you want to dip into your lower energies of just being like, no, I'm matching energy now. You know what I mean? And it's understandable. But again, it doesn't, it's not going to resolve anything either. So it just depends. Are you wanting to prove a point? Are you wanting a resolution? And maybe you just need to move away from the situation energetically or emotionally for a little bit, and give yourself time to process things. I feel like a lot of you kind of want your autonomy right now anyways. You're not really looking for anybody to shore you up or help you or any of that. I feel like you're good on your own. And they're giving me the Rihanna song, I was good on my own, just the way it was. Just the way it was. So there is something coming full circle here, though. Well, that's what is coming full circle. Some of you have patiently waited for something to come full circle so you could prove a point. I don't really care for this energy. It's not your highest vibrational self that is showing up right now. That's all right, though. We can't always be in the high vibrations. We must sometimes dip down because we're creatures of duality. We're both light and dark. But I feel that there is like some sort of cycle that is coming to completion here. And there's a new beginning right on the end of it. Or some sort of new opportunity here. Giving me the song, love me, say that you love me, fool me, go on and fool me. What an interesting reading. This is so specific, so don't make this, you know, resonate if it's not for you, because it's a general, but like, whoa, Capricorn. Yeah, let's get a guidance card, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them. And we're going to go into the relationship love portion of the reading and get a little bit more detail there. What's the guidance for Capricorn? Seek. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. So this is kind of asking you to go within, to not seek advice or validation outside of you, but instead to listen to your own heart and your own emotions. If there's something that's been weighing on you, Capricorn, be patient with yourself. Take good care of yourself. You know, try to listen to your intuition. It's all right to do your own thing, and I feel like at the end of the day, you really want, you know, something you can build with, or someone you can build with, or people that are supportive. But it feels like to me that maybe you didn't receive that support from them in the past, so it's difficult maybe for you to want to be that bigger person. But in order to feel good, you got to always reach for your highest self. And your highest self loves unconditionally and is in that space of seeing and believing in everyone's worth. Okay? It's not always easy to do, to stay connected to our higher self, especially when we're feeling some kind of way or we feel justified in how we feel, and that's all right. But you know what? I'm not here to tell you what to do. Do what feels best to you, but listen to your emotions. And if it doesn't feel good, if the way you're responding doesn't bring you joy, that response is probably not the correct one. And that's how you know. So, let's go into the love reading and see what else we have coming through, shall we? Yes. I'll see you in just 1 second. And we're back. So, Capricorn, now we're going to go into, dang, your cards don't even give me a chance to do my intro. We're going into the you versus them portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. Roles may be reversed. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go get started. So, you have Virgo, the 4th house, Cancerian energy, and Scorpio energy. Very interesting. That could be in your birth chart or the birth chart of people or person you are connecting with, or it just may be the influencing vibes. So this is all about being dutiful, being discerning, paying attention to details. It's also highlighting your home, your background, your comfort zone, your inner world, and real estate. And then also very transformative, intense, like kundalini, shadowy energy kind of coming through with the Scorpio card. Can be very mysterious energy, but can also be compulsive, destructive. So careful there. Let's see what your overall crowning energy is, though, for my Capricorns. Capricorn. Let's see. 9 of Swords. Person they're connecting to. I still have that song in my head by Rihanna, by the way. I was good on my own, that's the way it was. The way it was. It was good all alone, so I faded. You Needed Me. Is that the name of the song? Woo! Okay, they have the Devil and the Hierophant in their energy. So the 9 of Swords in this deck talks about stress, you know, feeling stressed. Maybe when it comes to this person, or maybe just like in general, you may have a lot going on. This person has the Devil, which is your energy, and the Hierophant. So I feel like this person is, I feel committed to this connection here, Capricorn, whether they want to admit it or not, which is weird. And again, let me say this. This could be an intimate person, a partner, whatever. Yeah, new, old, I don't care. But it could also be a family member or a friend. So keep an open mind when you listen to these readings. Anyways, this person definitely has you in their energy. And the Hierophant is talking about, like, taking the high road, which is very interesting because that's what came out in the spiritual reading. Is like, I don't know if that's what this person is needing to do or they're being called to do, Capricorn, but that's definitely showing up in their energy. So let's go into the recent past and see what led to the now. Then we're going to look at how you see each other in the present energy, how you both feel underneath it all, and the big picture. Knight of Cups. The Magician. The Knight of Wands. The Three of Wands. So I feel like Capricorn in the recent past, it's kind of been full steam ahead. You have 2 action-oriented energies here, manifesting your future, you know, thinking about your future plans. I feel like you've kind of been in the space of activity, right? You may have been feeling more active than you have in the recent past, or kind of getting things done around your home or within, you know, your career or your goals. It's like pulling all of your resources together, you know, and it's for a vision that you have, okay? So it's actually very good energy, and I feel like your focus has been, yeah, more so on like the everyday life, the action-oriented things that you need to get done. But they're practical changes that you're making for a broader future or a broader vision, if you will. So let's see this person's recent past. Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, wow, okay. So I feel like this person's been in this space of trying to listen to their emotions, trying to follow their own desires. I feel like this person wanted to be generous, you know, they wanted to be there for you, or if nothing else, they've been open to love, okay, and open to being more loving. And also, what's being activated is their heart chakra. And yes, there's ego here, and yes, there's pride here, but I feel like this person was able to kind of put their pride to the side and wear their heart on their sleeve a little bit more, and that's really opened things up for them recently. But I also feel your energy being open, which is interesting because there seems to be some stressors going on, but I feel either you're handling it well or it doesn't seem to be impacting you in that way, or the connection in that way. Let's see how you see each other. Well, as I say that, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands, death and rebirth. Shit. 3 of Swords, okay. King of Cups. So, it's almost like the way that you're coping with the stress is to stay busy. Some of you have just been trying to keep yourself busy, you know, because I actually feel that you have quite a lot going on, and I picked that up in the spiritual reading, and especially emotionally. I feel like there's been a tug of war with this person in this connection, and it's like, it's a feeling of like they've changed or you've changed. And it's due to hurt feelings, you know, things that were left unsaid, things that have yet to be healed. And it's interesting because I feel like this person has recently went into this energy of wearing their heart on their sleeve. Well, but at the same time, I feel this very stoic energy as well. And I feel it coming from your end, but it could be theirs. But we'll see. It's just like, you know what? It's a sense of feeling tired of the back and the forth, and there might have been a power struggle going on here, and it's just like just eating away, you know, at you, Capricorn, and creating like this very emotional response. Wow. All right. Deep. Let's keep going. How does this person see the connection? How do they see you? The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Judgment. King of Cups. Oh, come on. I don't have time for that. Queen of Pentacles. So, it's like this person is, they're either unbothered, okay, this kind of reminds me of the Gemini read, or they're trying not to be bothered right now. It's a bit of like a closed off, stay in my own lane energy, you know, trying to release their own judgments, their own negative opinions or emotions. But it feels like things are very stagnant as well, in the connection or with this person. They're not making, it's like they're making progress, but they're not making, it's not obvious progress. See, theirs is more on an emotional and like spiritual way, where I feel like your progress was more like physical, action oriented, okay? So it may not even be obvious to you that this person has done some sort of healing or releasing, because it's internal, okay? And so it may actually seem to you like they're like very unbothered, when really their changes are occurring on the inside, and they may or may not be open about that. which is interesting because I feel like this person had their heart on their sleeve here in the past, and like was open emotionally. And I'm not saying that they're not, but kind of not. Like they've kind of moved into this more closed energy where they're not as easy to read, and there's something they had to release as well. And of course, this could be vice versa, guys. It could be that they view you as unbothered, as in your own world, in your own lane, you know, and they're trying to be open to you and you're not open. And maybe you see them, the reason you're not open is because you see them as someone who causes conflict, someone who's hurt you. And maybe you're not expressing that, so they don't know that. Take it however it resonates. My inner ear is itching all of a sudden. Man, why are my allergies acting up? I don't know. Let's go deeper. What's in the emotional space? Six of Cups. How do you feel? That was Queen of Swords. Yes, this is almost like a continuation of the spiritual reading, and I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords. So the reason why I'm saying go back and watch the spiritual part of the reading if you jump just to the love reading, because it's a continuation of it. It's a sense of like, there's a sense of like being hurt but not talking about it. You know, and there's something from the past here that is still lingering in your energy, and every time you think about it, it just pisses you off, you know, or it brings out the bee in you, whether you're a male or female. And it just creates a lot of like emotional confusion and doubt and uncertainty and not trusting, you know. So this is something that has yet to be resolved. And I feel like because of that, you almost kind of want to match or get even, you know. I hate to say that, but it keeps coming up, you know, where it's like, and I mean that like in the sense of like, how does that feel? You know what I mean? Like that type of energy, like how does it feel to be on the other side of it, right? Say if someone wasn't kind or understanding to you in the past, then the next time you have an interaction with them and they need something from you, it's like your response is not going to be as kind and as loving as it would have been. You know what I mean? Like it's a sense of that. At the same time, this card has come out 3 times now. What does Spirit want you to do? It wants you to take care of yourself. It wants you to be patient. It wants you to plug away at the things that matter the most to you and to follow your passions. So it's almost like they want you to redirect your focus right now if you're able to. All right, let's go into what this person's feeling emotionally. Justice. Wow, they have the Two of Swords too. This person is not like, they don't even know where to begin, how to like make things right or balance things. And that could be why they went from like being very open to like now a bit closed off, okay? Or maybe why they feel like they were trying to be open and then you shut down. But it's like, whichever way it is, they don't know where to even begin. You know, like how to untangle this is difficult. And what they really want, though, is balance, compromise, resolution. They want this cycle to be over. Like, if there's a lesson that they needed to learn, right? I feel like this person is like, fine, what's the lesson? You know, like, just let me learn it, because I want to move on from this. I want to go forward from this. Hold on. I don't know what you want from me. So, something company. It's a song. I don't know what you want from me. So caught up in jealousy. If I think of it, I'll put it in the comments. It's not like a well-known artist, but that's the lyric that I got regardless. I don't know what you want from me. That's how I feel this person feels. And it could also be how you feel. All right, so let's go into the most likely future outcome. The Hangman, Queen of Wands. You got so many repeating cards from the spiritual reading. The Sun and the Six of Wands. So I feel like this is you kind of turning that corner here, Capricorn. You know, refocusing onto yourself and what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel passion, you know, and making a decision to prioritize your happiness. And that is the key to your success here. See, because if you dwell on these lower emotions, it's going to stress you out. And you know this, right? Like, you know it's all right to feel how you want to feel. Just don't live there. You know what I mean? Some of you may be finding solace in your comfort zone, cooking, you know, doing things that kind of bring you to the present moment. Paying attention to like the things that you're good at, your craft, your money, whatever. And I feel like that's kind of how you pull yourself out of what I would deem kind of a funk here. And I think that's what you have been doing for the most part. I feel like you've been trying to keep your mind busy or, you know, staying active. But that is what's going to pull you out of it. And there's a happy outcome here, right? There is, but there's things energetically that need to be released. Some of you need to release judgment, whether that's on self or another, you know. That's not always the easiest thing to do, especially when we're in our own shadow self, our own hurt self. But that's kind of the calling, right? Is to release the resistance, okay? Understanding that forgiveness is not a gift you're giving someone else. It's a gift and a release that you give yourself, because it doesn't feel good to think negative thoughts, no matter how justified we are in them. And it actually slows things down and postpones our own happiness, which is silly because life is short. Like, you're going to spend it miserable, or you're going to find a way to reconnect with your happiness. And I feel like that's what you're being called to do, is to find that space within you, Capricorn. And there will be a successful outcome to this, by the way. So let's see this. See this person's most likely outcome. Ooh, Knight of Wands, Three of Swords. The Strength card. Yeah, see, this person feels, I think they were kind of hopeful that things would balance out, but I also feel like there's a lot to be untangled here, and it's weighing on them and it hurts them. So, you know, at this point in time, I feel like this person is trying to be strong and to also like distract themselves, I guess, or like do things that make them feel good, try to keep themselves busy, but it's definitely weighing, you know, on this person. They're definitely kind of carrying it with them. So it's almost like you know, somehow find a way to lighten the load, and this person is now getting heavier. Ten of Cups. I feel like this person is like, you know, I really worked hard, or I struggled, you know, for my dream, okay, and my success, and it's on its way to this person, but right now I feel that it may be difficult for them to see that, you know. But they're kind of being encouraged to be strong and stand with confidence and conviction in themselves as well. I definitely feel like there's like this burdensome energy here, and it's because they care, you know, they freaking care. And what reading was I talking about this in? Was it Leo? It's like if somebody calls you on the phone, this is from Abraham Hicks, by the way, and says, hello, you don't know me, and I'm never going to talk to you again. And you don't know them, okay, click, you know, who cares? But if somebody you really love calls you and says, hello, I'm never going to speak to you again, you care, you hurt, you struggle with that because you care. We don't cry and worry and struggle over people we don't care about. Okay? You don't cry and struggle over strangers, do you? So, like, it's weird because, in a way, you know, sometimes that struggle is indicative or your indication that they care, that there's love there. But the reason it feels painful is because there's love there and you're not letting it flow, okay? Or they're not letting it flow, one of the two. But see, because you are made of love, and the only way you can feel good is to be love and to be a lover, anytime you cut yourself off from being that loving essence of yourself, it feels terrible. And there's no way to get around that, because that's how you're built. You are a lover and you must love. And if you want to feel good, you got to let the love flow often. Now, do you have to let it flow towards everyone you meet, or even someone who's hurt you? No, but you can't also hold pain, resentment, and anger in you and love at the same time. They're two different vibrational matches. So you got to find a way to release that, and then love as much as you can about your life and about yourself, and things that are easy to love. Don't go be picking things that you've practiced hateful thoughts towards for a long time and try to overnight love it. It's not gonna work. You know, you got to find things that are easy to love in the environment, get the momentum going towards loving those things, and then once it starts flowing, it's like a river running downstream. It just becomes easier and easier to love. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I feel like if you're in a painful, resistant spot, that's the answer, you know. And it could be internal. You don't even have to express this to anyone else to practice it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I really feel like some kind of way about, you know, maybe something I have going on in my life or a certain person that has hurt me. And the way that I kind of move the energy around it is I take my focus off of it. And I just give all my focus to what's going well, what's going right, you know, things that I love in my immediate environment. And then when I get in a better feeling space and I have clarity, I will look back to that situation or that person, and I almost always see them through different eyes. Because when you look at someone through the eyes of source, through the eyes of love, they look very different than when you're looking through the eyes of the lower self or through the eyes of judgment. So it's about hooking back up with your higher self more than anything. You know, but it's not even about or for another person. Although it will benefit all that are connected to you. It's really about just you feeling good. And that's how you feel good. That's where you feel best. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see what the guidance is. All right, so you have the card of stay connected. We're all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life. Now is an important time to reconnect with your higher self. I swear I could not make that up if I wanted to. Basically, that card said exactly what I just said. The guided message I just said. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The other card says trust. While your logical mind dictates a supposed clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow a different path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on a boundless opportunity. It is time to trust your intuition. And then also you have the card of cleanse, which is encouraging you to take time out for yourself, to take care of yourself, to be nice to yourself, Capricorn, and let yourself off the hook a little bit. All right. So, wow, wowzers. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Deep reading. Holy cow. Zodiac signs you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Leo here. Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancerian, Virgo, Libra again, Leo again, Scorpio. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. I don't know what's going on with my subscribers lately, but some of you have said like you've not been getting my you have not been getting my notifications, but it might help to unsubscribe and resubscribe. I don't know why YouTube likes to mess with stuff like that, but that may help. If you're not currently subscribed and yet you find yourself watching me, why not subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos? I do not post on a normal schedule, so the only way you're for sure not going to miss it is if you subscribe. So please do. Also, find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do go live mostly on Facebook. Instagram is just more of a personal page. But feel free to join me there as well. And either way, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Capricorn. And until next time, my friends, namaste.